And SHIT, bitch, he shot me and my friend died, question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, I'm pointing out who did it. What's she saying there? What's she talking about?
Moment of silence. Yeah, girl, your ass is cooked. Y'all seen how she shook her head? She already knew, like, damn, I said that. Clock in, clock in. Black Gotta just walked in. Team Black Gotta stand up, man. Yo. So here's where things take a turn for the worse. Well, I'm lying. It been took a turn for the worse. She was already in some hot, deep, boiling water, and we all peeped it, we all seen it. Now she has a best friend taking a stand, and she's explaining all of their text messages to each other, and they saying all of this in front of the jury. And we all gotta remember, her main number one argument is that she don't even know who Foolio is for real like that, and she had nothing to do with what went on. She just so happened to be there, and she ain't know whole times the reason they were going to McDonald's is because her baby daddy was trying to whack the ops. She had no clue. This is the story she's running with. She's sticking to it, and she keep her little pen at every trial. I don't know what she writing down, but hopefully she writing down the secret plan to overcome all of this stuff that's looking like it's against her. But let's get into it. Let's see what's going on.
Since like 2016, so I would say going on a decade.
I'm going to show you what's been marked for identification, States Exhibit 75C2. Do you recognize this exchange, these text messaging between yourself? Is that your phone number, 1904-9?
It's my phone number.
And are those messages from you and Alicia, between you and Alicia Andrews, that occurred in 2021?
That is correct.
Your Honor, at this time, we would introduce into evidence States Exhibit 75C.
Do you renew previously made objections? Yes, sir. Okay, same ruling, and it'll be admitted.
And it's just 75C2.
Yes, correct.
So again, Ms. Jordan, this number here is your phone number. Is that correct? 190. Okay. I'm going to ask you, this column is your response to her messaging. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And at the top where it says January 19th of 2021, where the defendant, Ms. Andrews, is saying or texting you in a message, but if you think about it, everybody dissing everybody, what does PPL mean?
That's abbreviation for people.
And then it says from out east.
That's a hood in Jacksonville.
Okay. And is that, when you say out east, a hood in Jacksonville, is that an area associated with ATK and 1200?
More so 1200.
And it says out east, they side, so, and then OFC, do you know what that means?
Of course.
They gone, say some, but it don't even be, what is this?
She's referring to La Papa. He's a rapper.
Okay. And do you know what gang La Papa is involved in?
He's from 1200.
Okay. And then it says, like that, FR Foolio. Is that a reference to Julio Foolio, the victim in this case?
That would be correct.
It says, be the one talking shit, then all the little, and then I'm not going to say NIGGAS come, and the other extra ass people. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then can you read what your response is to that?
Everybody be dissing. That's how SB when them and choose to live like that. So that's what come with that lifestyle. It's sad, but it ain't gonna stop. Like famous people do it too. Look at Dirk. He always talking about Tuka. Like it's always gonna be like that.
And when you're saying famous people, one of those famous people you're referring to is Julio Foolio. Is that correct?
No, I was referring to Lil Durk. He's a Chicago rapper.
He's a Chicago rapper. Okay, I apologize.
Guys, this is crazy already, bro. I already see what it's going in. You know, Alicia, she didn't know she was finna walk into this, man. She didn't know she was gonna walk into this whole strategic ass case that is gonna pull up messages between her and a friend from 2021. Like they literally pulling up messages from about 5 years ago. You can't tell me she expected this to happen. She didn't. Like they catching her with a curveball right here.
You say at this time.
I said she got a point, but it's gonna continue because they keep killing each other.
And what are you referring to when you say they keep killing each other?
Everybody that was involved at the time of 2021, it was a lot of people dying, 2020,
And are you talking about between those rival groups, 1200, ATK, and 6 Block?
Yes.
And then Ms. Andrews texts you, right, so gonna go on, and they're saying let Leaky rest. Do you know who Leaky is?
I don't know him personally.
Do you know who he's affiliated with?
1200.
Leaky rest, but I'm sure the other side be feeling like, so it's just gonna keep repeating. And yeah, they know what come with it, so charge that to the game, go retaliate or something. They're sitting up here rapping, but that's y'all homeboy, just do what y'all gotta do, but they don't even be in Jacksonville, and I doubt they GAF. Do you know what that means?
Give AF.
Okay. About anybody here or upcoming rappers. So well aware about Foolio. Foolio is a rapper and some of those other people we've mentioned. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Do they also rap about this war that's going on in Jacksonville?
They do.
It's called drill rapping?
Yes, ma'am.
And then what did you respond to that?
At least that S ain't late SF. Mine was a week late. And yes, B, I think I sent you the post, like all these rappers in paperwork. Except J. He in the clear, my cousin vouched for him too.
I'm going to ask you about J. Dot. Who's that?
A rapper in Jacksonville.
Is that Jacory Rivers?
Yes.
What gang is he affiliated with?
1200.
And then Ms. Andrews texts back, it was deleted, about time I got up, but Foolio, he said it, but everybody kind of knew that it was just once that time he got shot, and I forgot that boy that died with him at that Reigns game, but that boy Robert ain't even do that, even though he on the 6th side, it was Bibby, and we'll know that, but Bibby died like 3 weeks later, so that was crazy. Do you know the Robert who she's referring to?
Yes.
Who's that?
Robert Howard.
And is he affiliated with 6 Block?
Yes.
And when they say 6 side, is 6 Block, is that again a reference to an area in Jacksonville?
Yes.
And 6 Block is against 1200 or rival to 1200 in ATK, is that correct?
That is correct.
So you telling me this is the same girl that y'all said has no gang affiliations. She's just innocent. She don't know nothing about nothing. She just happened to be on a honeymoon that turned into a damn assassination mission. So that what y'all saying. Then when we hear these text messages, she clearly knows a whole lot about everything. She know about the snitches, the paperworks, the rats, the niggas who killing each other. She knows about everything. And I know the friend is up there trying her best to make it sound like this just a innocent conversation, but y'all in the business. Y'all deep in the business. Way too hot out here. This is tough.
Response to that?
OMG and LMAO, everybody kind of knew. B, they all knew. They all in his comments calling him a rat.
Okay. And then what does your then text ATPP, what does that mean?
It means at this point,
And then
if you
what
know
else?
you in paperwork, just expose yourself.
And then the defendant then texts back to you, and this is January 21st of 2021, 8:39 a.m. Girl, I don't like Foolio, LMFAOOO, ugly ass. He need to die. And SHID, that was will friend, and then FUCK, that code, and SHIT, bitch, he shot me and my friend died, question mark, question mark, question mark. Yeah, I'm pointing out who did it. What's she saying there? What's she talking about?
Moment of silence. Yeah, girl, your ass is cooked. Y'all seen how she shook her head. She already knew, like, damn, I said that. How in the hell did I say that? But now she claiming she don't even much know Foolio like that or care about him enough to get him hurt. Whole time, man, you want this man dead since 2021? Nah, that's crazy work.
Well, she's referring to somebody that had just died that we know.
In this
So,
gang war?
Yeah, we're basically just gossiping.
Okay.
'Cause
I
you see, we're
understand
talking
that,
about
but
the city
who was
girls.
it in this gang war that she personally knows?
Personally,
Yes, you're saying that you're talking about a friend that just died. Who's
Will, that was the only person that we both know.
Will at Rains High School, is that, or who else?
That's it.
Okay, all right. And then she says, oh, City Girls made a remix to Throat Baby Girl. This sounds so dumb. LMAOOO. What does that mean?
We're gossiping, like we're still just talking.
And then what did you say? What are you emphasizing what she just said?
Yes.
How do you emphasize that when you're text messaging back and forth?
Hold the message down and then you pick a reaction.
And then what did you say in response?
I can't stand him either. He's green SF and OMG, he killed Will friend. OH, nah, I would have slid. Because he all on Instagram clowning his A. I would have dropped that bag on his BA head or came for one of his homeboys. Somebody gotta die. And yes, I ain't even listened to it yet. I know it's A. Like, why they got the same 3 people on another remix.
And when you say he killed Will Friend, are you referring to the Rains high school shooting?
Yes.
And then what did you say down here?
Why they got the same 3 people on another remix. We're talking about those City Girls comment.
And then she texts back, exactly, and yeah, don't call. I bet he's still on there, but out of all you people, you give him your LMFAOOO What does TF mean? And then nah, FR.
For real.
She wanted that to happen anyways, always used to joke around saying she was manifested. What does that mean?
That was a whole different conversation, appears
Okay.
to be.
What did you then text in response?
Exactly, it would have been better if 3 had it because I fucked with him and left my ass off. She did, and he did too. They dumb. I ain't thinking about kids till I'm like 22 plus. So it has to be like just a sidebar conversation.
Okay, let's go back to this when she texted you on, because I think Foolio talking about Therese and his friends, LMAOOO. I do not like him. What's she talking about in this particular sentence
Foolio was talking about Therese on social media.
on social media? And then she says, I'm trying to put 2 and 2 together. And then she says to you, that is Foolio, though he recruit a bunch of dumbass NIGGAS who's willing to die. Is that what you said in response to her?
Yes.
And what do you mean by he's recruiting a bunch of people?
Well, it was something that really was city known and everybody was saying, like, I'm not the only person that said that. A lot of people in this city have said that, like, he recruit a lot of people to die, meaning that he got a lot of people that will come behind him, ready to risk their life behind him, and he's still out and alive and living his life.
And he's a part of 6 Block, right?
Correct.
Just look at the lawyer's face, bruh. Just look at it. They even looking like, hold up, boy. Boy, this a lot, boy. Hold up, boy. Y'all gonna need more than Fiji water up there, boy. Y'all gonna need some milk up there, boy. It's a little bit too hot out here. Man, she just talked about all the business. And she kept talking about Foolio. So obviously, she had a deep hatred towards Foolio as well, bro. Like dead ass. It's you can't even fake the funk. You can't even say she didn't mean what she meant, bro. And it kind of proves that she would be willing to take action. She sound like she hate his ass.
And then she responds back, right? And he's starting to realize, but first time I saw him, that clicked on him. When Foolio called, we all in the garage, he talking about NIGGA, always want me to ride with him when he down here, so I can be the one die, not him. I ain't no bodyguard, I was dying. What's she saying when she says that?
I believe she's referencing to what Therese told her about him and how he felt about Foolio.
Okay, so she's not saying that she's ever met Foolio when she says, when we called, Foolio called we all in the garage, he talking about NIGGE, always want me to ride with him. Who's she referring to when she says he always wants me to ride with him?
Well, she was dating Therese at the time, so I'm pretty sure that phone call happened while she was with Therese,
Okay.
and she overheard the conversation.
And how does Therese know Foolio?
They used to be in the same group, and then they split up.
6 Block.
Well, it's a lot in 6 blocks, so I guess you can say that, yeah, he was 6 block side.
And did you have any concerns about Therese riding around with Foolio?
That would be something between her and Therese.
Isn't that just what she's telling you here?
Objection, speculation.
Overruled.
Well, yeah, if he's saying that he don't want to die and riding for him, then I would be worried if that was my boyfriend at the time.
And right before that, you're talking about he's recruiting a bunch of people, right?
Yeah,
It was in direct response to that message, right?
right.
And then what was your response to her?
LMFAOO, crying because no, for real, like, B, do your own drill. Nobody want to die behind your squid face, A. At least he know shit.
Okay, and who are you referring to now?
We're still talking about Therese.
This time we passed the witness.
Okay, cross.
All right, y'all. Let's be honest. Let's be honest for a second, y'all. It ain't looking good, bro. there is not too much you can say for these text messages, dog. Like, you claim you don't know a person, but then again, you hate that person years ago. It ain't adding up. And I'm very confused on what in the hell can her attorney say to justify any of that, bro. So I'm pretty sure we about to hear a little bit of nothing, but let's
It
listen.
means like I agree.
All right, so you agreed. Now, when you and Alicia are texting back and forth, how old are you at the time?
I'm 18 at the time.
All right, are you young at that time?
Yes.
All right, and when you and Alicia are texting back and forth, does this have anything to do with Alicia wanting to kill Julio Foolio?
No.
Did you ever want Julio Foolio to die?
No.
Even though you emphasized the message there, did you want Julio Foolio to die?
Objection, Your Honor, relevance?
Overruled, but she has already asked and answered it, so anyway, what's your next question?
Even though you emphasized the message there, did you want Julio Foolio to die?
No.
All right. And when you all are talking back and forth and you're calling each other, are you all really meaning to degrade each other?
No.
All right. Is that more of a figure of speech?
Yes.
All right. And when you all are talking back and forth with each other, is this a form of gossip?
Yes, it is.
Are you and Alicia Andrews gossiping about what's going on in Jacksonville
Yes, we are.
with all these different people, whether it be Therese, whether it be Foolio, whether it be this group or this neighborhood? Is that gossip?
It is gossip.
All right. And is it ignorant gossip?
It is ignorant gossip.
All right. And you two are sort of spectating what's going on out in Jacksonville. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
All right. So you all see a lot in Jacksonville as it relates to this gang activity and people not getting along. Is that correct?
That is correct.
All right. And the commentary that you see here that you're engaging in, even when you say that you would put a bag on somebody, that is more satire than anything.
That is correct.
All right. Do you even know how to put a bag on anyone?
No.
Do you have any money to put a bag on anyone's head?
I do not.
All right. Would you even know who to call to put a bag on someone's head?
Objection,
No.
relevance?
It's in the
Overruled, go
messages.
ahead.
She don't know who to call, but obviously Alicia knew who to call. Them boy pulled up with duffel bags. Them boys was ready. He trying, but boy. Well, you making it a little worse though, fam. I ain't gonna lie to you.
You see here it says he needs to die. You see that?
Yes.
You've seen people say that Alicia Andrews needs to die, correct?
That is correct.
Online?
Objection,
Sustain the objection, that's inappropriate.
Have you talked to anybody, or has anyone talked to you in the same sort of manner before?
Objection.
Yes.
Sustain the objection.
Can we come sidebar?
No, sustain the objection, ask your next question.
The way that you all are talking in the messages, is that new to you?
No.
Is this something you've never seen before?
No.
Is it something that's only Alicia Andrews is saying?
No. It's something that's city known.
Julio Foolio, a lot of people did not like him, correct?
That is correct.
Objection, relevance?
Overruled. As far as the context of this text conversation.
Julio Foolio was one of the top instigators in Jacksonville when it came to drill rap. Is that accurate?
That is correct.
All right. And he was one of the more popular drill rappers in Jacksonville. Is that correct?
That is correct.
He had a lot of enemies, right?
That is correct.
And those enemies existed outside of ATK and outside of 1200, right?
That is correct.
All right.
Yo, I could feel her heart beating through the screen, bro. She is uncomfortable. Her attorneys are uncomfortable. Bro trying the best he can to ask questions, but in all reality, this is just one of those things you do to try to make the situation don't seem as bad as it is. It's bad. As a matter of fact, it's terrible. It's horrible. All he's doing is asking questions, emphasizing that everybody talks like this on the phone. Everybody talks about gang activity on their phone. Everybody talks about who they want to die on their phone. Famo, everybody don't talk about it. And then he said she's spectating. It's a difference between spectating from outside looking in, but once you're dealing with people that's on the inside, makes you a part of the situation, whether you like it or not. That's why you gotta choose who the hell you want to be in a relationship with wisely. Now, she got a whole nother dude, and he's allegedly, supposedly one of the killers. You can't tell me it's just a coincidence she keep dealing with folks who don't like famo. Hell no, this a choice. She locked in, fam. What is y'all saying?
In the middle here, talking about an individual named Robert.
Yes.
All right. This message is talking about an individual who died at Rains. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Is Rains a school in Jacksonville?
Yes, it is.
And did Alicia Andrews attend Rains?
She did she didn't graduate from Reigns, but she did attend Reigns.
She attended Rains. And when she attended Rains, did an individual die at Rains?
Yes.
At a football game?
Yes, sir.
Is that what Alicia Andrews is talking about here?
Yes.
Her reality?
Yes, sir.
All right. And how Robert was accused of killing Rains.
Correct. He was accused of killing Spaz.
Okay, I'm sorry. Not Rains. Correctly. Thank you. That Robert was accused of killing someone at Rains.
Yes.
So she's just talking about what's going on at school.
Correct.
Alicia Andrews ever told you she was planning on killing Foolio?
No.
Did Alicia Andrews ever tell you that her boyfriend was planning on killing Foolio?
No.
Or that any gang? Are you in a gang?
No, sir.
Is Alicia Andrews in a gang?
No, she is not.
And earlier you said that Alicia Andrews had heard rumors of her boyfriend being in a gang. Is that correct?
That is correct.
Is anything in the text messages that you saw from 5 years ago, is any of this any sort of coded gang language?
No.
Since these text messages almost 5 years ago, do you know of Alicia Andrews texting you saying that she wanted Foolio to die?
No. That was the only time we talked about Foolio.
All right. No further questions.
Alright, I'm not gonna just keep hurting our ears. You feel me? Like, I'm gonna let y'all ears breathe real quick, cause mine's gotta breathe as well from hearing a whole lot of BS, bro. Like, damn, dog. This whole situation is tough to hear. And as I look at Alicia, I just look at her as a innocent, like, young lady for real, that probably don't even understand. Man, she just got herself in some deep shit. Like, bro, all of this stuff is too much. It is so much to the point where even that cross examination didn't do nothing, man. It ain't do nothing but actually made the situation worse, to the point where in court today they had to re-emphasize on what everybody is kind of stuck on, bro. Them text messages is deep.
Okay, and so defense, what's your objection?
Several, Judge. I'll start with first just the date of the messages. They are even earlier than the messages that we objected to, I believe, on yesterday. These messages are from October of 2020. The second issue is knowledge, Ms. Andrews' knowledge of what is happening in the city, connected to people, some of them that she knows, some of them that she doesn't know. None of them that she has a specific personal relationship with, is not a material issue in this case. It is a collateral issue. Whether or not she knows what's happening, every witness that's come up here has some idea about what's happening. It's not a material issue. The issue is whether or not she had the intent, whether or not she agreed to be involved in this conspiracy for a specific murder. There's no discussion about this murder that would happen 40 years later, or any intent of hers to be involved in it. It's completely not relevant. Also, the way the state characterizes these messages is very different than what it actually is. This is a man, a young guy at this point, and a young woman having a conversation about whether or not they're going to be in a relationship. this gentleman seems to be possibly suffering maybe from PTSD, or I don't even know what the messages are. It's just very long. Him talking about somebody accusing him of something that he didn't do and pouring his heart out, hoping that, he can live a normal life. He adamantly even denies being a part of it, so he's not an admitted member of any gang. And I haven't heard any testimony from any officer that he's a part of a gang, and I don't expect to, because it's not a relevant matter to this specific case. This is another attempt to, quite frankly, reach and stretch the idea that she is somehow involved in this particular murder, because 4 years ago she had a conversation with a guy who was romantically interested in her, who was really talking about wanting to live a normal life and be away from all of this, and how he's warning people to stay away from it. So it's not even it is not actually the way that they're framing it. But even if it were, the fact that she knows these people, she lives in Jacksonville, Your Honor. She is from Jacksonville. It is inevitable that she's going to know people or have communication with these people. Her association, and I don't mean association literally with the gang, I mean knowing these people or coming into contact with them, is not a material issue in this case. It is another attempt by the state to put this before the jury to make it appear as though she is associated with the gang, when their own expert officers, detectives, are going to testify that she's not associated with the gang. It's really...
Yep, she's officially cooked. I ain't gonna lie. The argument she is giving right now is just not it. Like saying it's inevitable that she's going to know gang members because she stay in Jacksonville. Nah, man, that ain't facts. You choose who you hang around. You choose who you know. You choose who you're acquainted with. Everything really be a choice of people that you want to be around, man. And not everybody is in their phone gossiping about such and such and actually picking sides and saying, oh, somebody needs to die. Like, everybody not doing that. And for them to keep running with this argument is just crazy work. Y'all supposed to try to flip the script real quick and talk about something else or put somebody else under the bus. Y'all supposed to maneuver whole time. They stuck. To the point where they know them text messages is deep. Them text messages alone proves how invested she is into the beef. And that could show motive. That's motive right there. She's invested. She chose her side. And on top of that, she's caught with the dudes who did it. What are you fighting?
Just an attempt to sour the jury, to inflame their passions, and to make it appear as though she spent her entire life being, cozying up to gang members. It's not relevant at all to what this case is about, and Your Honor has already limited the scope of what they're allowed to discuss outside of the actual murder. It's supposed to be limited to this 2023 shooting, and here we are again attempting to elicit, this person is not going to testify. There's a hearsay issue as well, but this is just not relevant information. It's confusing to the jury. It's not relevant to what they need to decide. I don't see any probative value to any issue in this case. Her messages back to him are not discussing, it's not even connected to what she discussed, to what was discussed yesterday in the text messages. She's talking about not being romantically involved or being romantically involved with this guy. Him being a good person, her being a good person. This is not relevant at all to what we have. It's just an attempt to paint her, as a bad person who likes to be around gang members. It has nothing to do with the actual allegations in this case.
Okay, so again, I view this as direct evidence, not collateral evidence, and I did limit the collateral evidence as you indicated, but her statements, or her knowledge of the gang involvement and Foolio, and then the beef between the gangs is relevant case. But my biggest issue with this, these are just really long, run-on, nonsensical. There's parts of it in here, for example, where there's talk about Foolio specifically. Again, the second page of this exhibit.
Your Honor, I'd be happy to work with the exhibit and highlight more relevant portions, provide an updated copy of that to the defense. My only concern was the defense wanting the evidence surrounding those statements, but in the event that a more redacted version where it's just specifically talking about the parties related to this case and the individuals that were actually present with the decedent, I am happy to do that.
And Your Honor, if I can add, well, first, if the court is going to ultimately allow the man, I would like the opportunity to parse through, what we would.
Sure.
But
So-
also, Your Honor, based on the information that they introduced yesterday, the state has already established that she is knowledge. And it goes back to my point. What is the actual purpose of this outside of attempting to paint her in a particular manner? And I don't believe it's relevant. I understand the court's ruling, but outside of it already being established, it becomes cumulative. It becomes confusing. These are more names of people that are not involved in this particular incident. And additionally, Your Honor, it's prejudicial. It's significantly prejudicial. And I will also add this. If knowledge of the gangs, because the way the state is painting it is though she has some kind of specialized knowledge of these, these incidents and these people, I don't expect objections when we question their witnesses about how common this information is, right? When we question them about the comments on, social media, the things that people seem to be aware of, the people that make videos and appear to have intimate knowledge about what's going on. If knowledge is, if they're painting her to have some sort of specialized knowledge, then I would expect there to be any sort of objections or limiting to us establishing this is actually not specialized knowledge. This is information that anybody in proximity or with a phone could get access to because everyone is talking about it everywhere.
Okay, well, that sounds like your cross or closing argument, right?
Maybe both, Your Honor.
Okay. Okay, so you do need, I want you, state, to attempt to redact this just to, like, pertinent parts. Like, I can make out in here, for example, the conversation, because there is an actual, start talking about Foolio and 6 Block and ATK and who's involved and who's not involved, and so that kind of thing is going to be more relevant than a lot of this other stuff that's almost, to me, indecipherable.
Yes, Your Honor.
So anyway, so try and pare it down, run it by the defense, and then see if you guys, I know you don't agree to this coming in, but just take a look at their redactions, and if you are going to argue for further redactions, or if you want stuff left in for the rule of completeness, then let them know as well. So I'd rather have them start being conservative with their redactions and go from there, okay? Then.
And Your Honor, just to sort of add, again, there were 370,000 artifacts on this iPod device. I don't know if, the court, I don't know if this is something we need to address now, but I don't want this to continue to be an issue where we're continuing every time that Foolio's name is mentioned that it's going to be admitted because my client, was in a conversation about it.
All right, so they want to bring certain evidence in that's going to make her look like she's completely knowledgeable about everything, and I feel like they already did that already. I just feel like they want to do it some more. Her defense is arguing that they don't want to keep talking about the text messages and stuff like that. But that's the most that they got, man. And they going to use the most that they got to make her look like she has a whole lot of knowledge when she claims she don't have no knowledge and she's completely innocent. She don't like being around gang members. She just so happens to always be around them. I feel like state got no choice but to do that and play that type of game, man. Because to be honest, what else can you do? Can't really do too much else, man. But y'all let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section.